Welcome, Ant, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Belinda Ramara. I am the HIV prevention specialist at Brook, and here with us is Ant Babajee, an HIV advocate and CRM manager at Middlesex University. But I'll let him introduce yourself. Go on,
Hello
Ant.
there, it's good to be with you. So I've been living with HIV for almost 15 years, actually, coming up to my 15th anniversary in January. And yeah, so much has changed in that time in terms of treatment and prevention. It's really exciting to kind of talk about it and to let people know just how far we've come on.
Thank you for that. And on World AIDS Day, we want to celebrate people living with HIV and appreciate and understand how massive advancement has come within treatment and just to normalize conversations around HIV and sexual health in general. So my first question to you is around the advancements in HIV medicine and treatment. What advancements in treatment and what does it mean for people living with HIV? I know that with treatment, they can live a normal life and have a healthy sexual life if they want to. Could you speak more a little about this? And from your perspective, what do these medical advancements mean for people living with HIV?
Okay, so shall I tell you what I do every day? So my everyday life is if you can see those two pills there, I
Yeah.
take those two pills every morning. And that treats my HIV. And it means that I'm something called undetectable. So the level of the virus in my body is so low that it can't be measured by the blood tests that I have every 6 months. And
Oh,
what that also means is that as well as keeping me healthy, it means that I crucially cannot pass on HIV to any of my sexual partners. And that is absolutely amazing.
that
We
is
didn't know
amazing.
that 15 years ago. We kind of suspected it, but then there was a big study called the Partner Study that looked at lots of straight and gay couples all across the world, and lots of sex going on between those couples during that study, and yet zero transmissions in that study. So we know that message now, and there's a huge worldwide activism movement around it, and it's called undetectable equals untransmittable, or U equals U.
That is great. And I believe like some people are not really aware of that. And the fact you've just said it for us is good. And hopefully people will understand. And another question is there one particular medical or social milestone that you thought or think is life-changing within HIV itself?
I think very much that U equals U message, which has
Yeah.
been around about 5 or so years now, so quite recent really. But also alongside U equals U, we've had the introduction of something called PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis, and that's when somebody who's at high risk of HIV, but HIV negative, takes HIV medication to protect themselves against the virus. And that also, as well as U equals U being 100% effective, there have been zero transmissions proved across the world from all those people that are going on, having their love lives, enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
Also, with PrEP, it is 99.99% effective as well. So incredibly effective at preventing HIV. But so many people just don't know about PrEP though.
They
And
don't. And it's free on the NHS, isn't it?
it is. So there was a big kind of legal battle that I was partly sort of involved with to make it available on the NHS. But yes, it is absolutely available on the NHS here in England. And when you next have a sexual health checkup, go and ask your sexual health advisor about it and whether it might be something suitable for you.
Oh, great. Thank you for that. While we may have state-of-art medication, but we know that not everyone is accessing it. What do you think these barriers are for people not accessing these services?
So I talk very freely about my HIV nowadays. It wasn't like that for me when I was diagnosed in 2007. The stigma around HIV and an HIV diagnosis just still persists very much. And that is the thing that we really, really need to tackle. We need to, we've made all these amazing medical advances, but actually people still don't know about how much HIV has changed, and they still have this perception of HIV from when we didn't have medication. And even back then, it was wrong. People are people, it doesn't matter whether they have a virus or not. They are still people, and we deserve to treat them with respect.
Okay, thank you for that. What is your experience using services within Barnet?
So every so often I get a sexual health checkup through something called Sexual Health London, and it allows me to go online, book a little home testing kit, and I do my samples at home and then send them off in the post, and then I get my results back within a few days. And it's an amazing service, and I also don't think many people know about that either.
Yeah, and when the package comes, how does it come? Does it come saying HIV testing or STI testing, or is it a simple packaging?
No, it's really, really discreet, and and obviously all of the results are kind of held very sort of confidentially, and yeah, it's just such a fast, easy, convenient way to get checked. Yeah, I'd definitely recommend it to anyone.
Thank you. Lastly, as a HIV advocate, what is one piece of advice you would give to people addressing HIV stigma?
I think there's two things I would say, if I can. There's be curious, find out, go do your research through reliable sources of information. So go and look on the Brook website, go and look at all of the other information from reliable sources of information that's available online. If you've just heard for the first time from me speaking about PrEP, and you think it might be something that you could benefit from, go and find out about it. Go and talk to a sexual health advisor about it and find out more. And I think my second kind of point would be going along with that. Everyone can be an HIV activist. Just having those small conversations with someone over coffee or with a friend makes such a big difference to break the stigma around HIV.
That was a great conversation. It was lovely speaking to you, Ant, and I thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you would like to say?
I think this World AIDS Day, I want it to be a celebration of where we've got to in terms of the fight against HIV. We now know that we could get to the end of AIDS by 2030, but everyone needs to pitch in with that. So everyone who's at risk needs to go and get tested, know their status, and then if they are HIV positive, get on treatment, protect themselves, protect their own health, and protect the health of all of the people that they love too. So what I'm saying for World AIDS Day is, yes, we need to remember where we've come from and remember all of those people that we've sadly lost in the past 40 years, but we've got so much to be hopeful for. And I would say just try and bring that solidarity and love to people with HIV, and we'll beat this together.
Thank you. Thank you again for being here, and thank you for your amazing work within the community.
Thank you.